Hi everyone, this is Kevin Beernutz, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about the upcoming game by Compass Games on Paris by Milan Becvar. This is a game that focuses on the Franco-Prussian War, and as you can see I have the map up here, and it basically has Paris and France, and then the borders with Belgium and Luxembourg, and then Prussia and the German allied states that aligned with Prussia during the conflict. You'll see pretty much the normal terrain features on maps. You have forests and rivers and the different terrain that will impact play. You also have 3 levels of forts. The smallest level, like in Thionville, and then Metz is the intermediate level, and then shown by Paris, the highest level of fortifications. And then finally it also has the rail nets, because this was one of the first conflicts where railing troops actually was a major way that the Prussians achieved what they did, by being able to get all their troops to the border to attack quicker than the French really thought they would be able to. So in addition to the map, we're going to have 2.5 counter sheets, and I'll pull up those. And the counter sheets, you have leaders representing different historical figures that commanded different formations during the conflict. Each side will have 6 armies, and you can see there's some numbers on the armies that represent the turn availability. So it's not until later in the war that all the armies might be available to one side. And then each side also has a plethora of corps counters, and that really is where the force is on the map. You're moving your corps can be attached to armies. The armies also are represented on the map, and then you also have cavalry divisions, and you notice on the right hand side, individual strength points. Now, they're very inefficient if used individually on the map, but they can also be contained in both corps and armies, and that's really where they'll be most efficient. And obviously there's plenty of markers and other things included in the game. In addition to the map and the counters, we have obviously a playbook with all the different scenarios and a rule book, and we also have several player aids to help in both keeping track of where your strength points are in the armies and corps, and also to just make the need to look up stuff in the rule book a minimum, hopefully. And on the left hand side here I have the Prussian army card. French will also have one, and it has the 6 armies. It has the number of units that each army can contain, so have attached to it, so 8 corps and 3 cavalry divisions for the 2nd army, for example. And all armies can hold 4 strength points. And one of the things that we did is, if you notice, each army card is going to be a square. These are playtest graphics, so bear in mind that they're not final graphics by any stretch. But each army card is such that if you want to, you can cut them out and then just put them on the map somewhere near where, for example, the 2nd army is located. So you don't have to be looking all over the place. And on the back of each army card, we'll have a brief history of the army and what happened with it during the Franco-Prussian War. And again, these are designed that if you cut out the army cards, it all fits within that back of the individual army card. And let's see, some other player aids that we have are force pool cards to keep track of what armies and corps and leaders you have available. We also have corps cards, which are similar to the army cards, to track the strength points for each individual corps. And then a player aid for mainly movement and reaction, and then a sequence of play player aid, and a player aid for combat. That's what I have here, sort of on the right, where you have your artillery fire, you have battle impact, which is what occurs sort of after a battle. There could be additional effects, from additional losses to additional retreat hexes if allowed by the defender, or additional advance hexes by the attacker. So things other than just pure CRT losses. And then, of course, the CRT is also included So that's really what the components are. You'll obviously get that all in nice fancy graphics, and then Compass always does an excellent job in their components. And if you want to learn more, I'll have other videos that basically will talk about a little bit of the underlying mechanics of the game, go through the sequence of play, etc. But for now, I just wanted to give a brief intro to what Paris will contain and what you can look forward to getting in your copy of the game. Thank you.